Etheric signs, that is for Pisces, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. This is your full moon in Virgo reading and what to expect. You do came up as a King of Cups in the middle of your spread here, and underneath that is a Three of Swords. So there could be some, this full moon in Virgo could be bringing up a lot of past pains where it's exhausting. You're fed up with it, you know, like it's something that maybe you know that you need to kind of close out this cycle with the Death card in reverse, right? There's you started getting stable in the past, right? You started getting empowered, right? You started to take back control of your life and your own destiny. But with this full moon, it's kind of making you, you know, since you started this new cycle, you were having some low lows at this time. So there could be some things that you're finding out about your past person. There could be something painful that you're going through at this time that's causing you a lot of emotional pain. For some of you, it could be divorce, a loss, could be depression. For some of you, it's just suffering and grieving inside. But just know that if you're still struggling with the past, that you're being asked by this full moon in Virgo to be here and now, and that to remind yourself that life is too short to be living in the past or worrying about the future, to take this time to enjoy every moment to its fullest, right? And you're going to be given direction in the future here. You got overwhelm, you got Two of Pentacles, and you got the Devil card in the future. So these are old energies, you know. Devil backwards is spelled backwards is lived. It's old energy. It's like karmic cycles that you're not learning the lessons. It could be generational patterns that you're repeating unconsciously and don't know how to break, and you're having a hard time with discernment. But like, if you stop and pause and take those moments, right, to catch your breath, I think, you know, you won't panic. You know, look around and try to regain your bearings, etheric signs, and you're going to start to trust yourself, and your life compass will never lead you wrong, right? You just have to connect to it, because in the end, you always find your way, and you will, because you come up as a Queen of Swords in the upright, that where you're going to be clear in your communication. You're going to start to express more what's best for you, etheric signs, and I feel like Spirit is going to show you, starting with this full moon energy all the way into the next few months down the road. You're going to realize that you've been chosen to walk this honorable route out of duty, and it's part of your path to do what's right in the universe, without concern for your own well-being, because you're going to be taking care of all of your needs, all of your desires. Like, that's all going to be met because it's the right path. And you're a survivor. You got the Survivor card here, and maybe some of you want to start journaling more, and maybe you can use that to start to write your story, right? Like you've came this far, and I don't see you quitting. You know that when everyone counted you out, you made it through, because you are a survivor. You never give up, and you've always been honest. Like, for the most part, you always remember to be honest with yourself and other people, and it's gotten you far in this life. So I feel like you know how to, because you know how to survive. You have that hunter instinct, and you're always ready to, like, you gotta push yourself through this little hump that the full moon could bring in, to take action and get into that vibration, and engage, start engaging and being more powerful. But be careful with how you use it, of course, but make sure you do it with intent of a pure heart, all right? And like, keep your eye on the prize, right? That's what I get from that card right there. And focus, clear focus, and ask your spirit guides to tune into your inner compass. Let's see why the Two of Pentacles is here, because the next 2 months you could be a little bit overwhelmed. It could affect your finances and your stability. You're trying to get it together. Yeah, so you got Nine of Wands to clarify that in another deck. So that's your staying power. That has to do with not going back into victim mentality and trusting in the unknown and the uncertain that you're going to get through this. It's temporary. Like, you know, as you continue to heal these wounds, these generational patterns, and the way your faith is going to be restored, you're going to be able to make the changes that you need and put an end to this old cycle, because there's light at the end of the tunnel here. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Like, forgive those who have hurt you, and forget and release the grudges and let go of the past, because you're carrying that baggage and you've already started a new cycle. I see that you're embracing the new. You're starting to have more solo experiences, but somehow you start limiting yourself, whether that's overthinking, whether that's addictions, whether that's you feeling some type of bondage to something. Let me clarify that card for you. Yeah, just about like really, you know, accepting the betrayal and the defeat, and like it's not even worth, you know, like fighting that battle or even going back to think about it, right? So I think like there's going to be clarity as the full moon energy is going to start to bring it, but it's going to take a couple of months for you to start to figure out and put these pieces together and get honest with yourself and how you're going to move forward, because you still see you. How are you coping with your anxiety? If you need some help with this, because some of you, I see that you revert to some things. For some of you, you could be on pills, sleeping pills, synthetic drugs. You could be on drugs. You could be over obsessing. You could be over analyzing. You could be engaging in unhealthy sexual partnerships. Like however you're coping, it's causing you sleepless nights. It's tormenting you, and it's causing you to ruminate excessively. It's not working for you. And I feel like for some of you who have a pet, it's like in front of your face, your spirit animal guide in front of you, reminding you that you're worthy of love, and that's why you have that companion there, you know, by your side. So what are you going to give up, and what did you give up, and was it worth it, right? Like these things are going to come up, and that's going to push you to kind of take time out and take a moment to take in that sun on your face, and maybe wiggle your toes in the grass and ground the energy and get back to into your body, right? Because this feels heavy. This feels really heavy, and you're going to do it, because when you're more grounded, stability comes, you know, in your finances, in your emotions. There's abundance, there's support, there's success, and it's just one step at a time in a practical, methodical way, like being kind to yourself and feeling secure again. It's going to help you feel like you're in control, and being more conscientious about the choices and setting intentions, and being steady with your morals and how you resolve things, and be steady in yourself, be consistent, and step into the energy of integrity. You know, integrity is important, because, you know, all of this shaped who you are becoming and who you've become. So you've overcome adversity, and you're blooming exactly where you are. You're exactly where you need to be. And don't ever change that for anyone, because your happiness and you are the biggest investment in this lifetime is yourself, and your true happiness is going to start to come in from inside, you know, not from the outside, where you're never going to allow anyone or anything to determine what makes you happy. Let's pull you an astrology advice card. I'm enjoying learning astrology through this deck. Etheric signs. Mars, yeah. So, governing the realm of personal survival and drive, Mars is the most primitive of the planets. This hot-headed force has an eye on the prize. That matches the hunting card that I just showed you guys, right? I don't know where I put it, but what was I saying? Its energy affects your determination and how you get things done. It's also linked to war, battle, and how you shoulder through life towards your goals. In mythology, the energy of Mars is embodied by Aries, lover to Venus, Aphrodite. Aries is, I can't even make that out. anyway, I'm going to move forward. I can't understand what I wrote there. That so it's you moving forward and like defending yourself, how you defend yourself. That and the expression of Mars varies greatly from person to person, but it must be released. So the means of release is less important, but the expression itself is vital. If Mars is blocked, aggression turns inward, causing depression or self-destruction. Ideally, the desires of Venus are explored through the will of Mars as two work together, in perfect synergy, streamlining your attention and taking the assertive steps towards your dream life. So that kind of matches everything, with your inner compass, finding direction and taking moments to consider where your happiness is and how to get grounded, and controlling that energy, that anger, that fiery, passionate expression, that archetype, right? And grounding it, taking it one day at a time, because you also clarified by the healer, like you were chosen to walk this honorable route, out of duty, and this is part of your higher calling. If you'd like to know more and this resonated, please come and book a reading. I'm happy to help shed more